officials, Courtney Green, Rob Rourke, and our crew chief is KB Burdette. It is the Egg Bowl hoop style. And it is the Bulldogs who control the tip in the home white.
Still a little smoky in here from all the pyrotechnics.
This is Josh Hubbard. Nwoku hands it to Hubbard. Nearly taken away. Harris with 5, pulls the 3, too strong, but there's Matthews with the offensive board. Hubbard, the triple, it's strong. R.J. Melendez banks it home.
That's an issue. I mean, it's one of the things Chris Beard talked about. I said, what is one of those consistent things you've really harped on throughout your career, even though you've adapted? He said it's been defensive rebounding. Got to rebound the basketball.
He said it will be the X factor tonight, rebounding the ball. They work it around. The Rebels around the perimeter. 5 now on the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper, no good. There's Dia. Offensive board. Triple team is stolen by Cam Matthews. Harris. Nwoku drives, lost it and got it back. Powers his way, count it, and one.
The most orthodox of plays. Lost the ball, traveled, double dribbled. I mean, there's a lot going on there here. Let's just put it on the deck again. I mean, maybe we'll see if they call it. But the crowd gets into it. Look, if you're Ole Miss, it's about being tough, but almost like the mentality is don't get punked. This is a Mississippi State team. We talked about the body blows. They're tough, they're physical, and at home they're going to be that square.
Nwoku completes the 3-point play. 5-0 Bulldogs. We take a look at the starters for Ole Miss. They are 4-0 with this starting lineup. And Chris Beard kind of changed up once we got into conference play. Here's a triple by Morrell. It's short. Rebound Hubbard. Stop and go. Off the glass. No good. Once again, offensive board by the Bulldogs. Loose ball. How about Nwoku diving on the floor for it?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of layout opportunities with this crowd today.
This place is packed. The hump, 9,100 capacity, and they've got it stacked here. Matthews. Drove, but there's a shot clock violation. Welcome to all of you who are just watching Florida go down. We are in Starkville, and it is the 271st meeting between Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and right now it is the Bulldogs with a quickly 5-0 lead. Brian Custer, John Crispin here with you. And I tell you what, early on, it is the Bulldogs who have gotten after the Rebels.
You have to weather the storm in so many ways, but the storm consists of far more than just the 5 players on the floor. It's the environment, it's the emotions, it's also the expectation established from some of the comments from Chris Beard. Like, hey, I think it's time to start talking about Ole Miss basketball. There's a pressure to follow that up, to maintain relevance in a very competitive league this year. Mississippi
State has lost 2 straight. Ole Miss come in on a 4-game winning streak. How about that 3 from deep by Padula is no good. They go inside to Nwoku. He'll kick it out. Melendez for 3. Nothing. Bulldogs. Skip pass. in the corner. Ole Miss 0 for 3 so far from the field. Padula making 0 for 4 as he misses that 3.
It's a lot of rushed opportunities. Great defense to start for Mississippi State. The key is sustain.
Hubbard foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 3 as Matthew Morrell fouls him.
The idea about Mississippi State coming in with Chris Jans is you kind of think ground and pound, physically tough team. They will look to take quick shots. Hubbard's a big piece of that. You know, they will get out and attack, put tempo on this game. They'll also get back and get their defense set. Now, Mississippi State dominating the boards, too.
Well, you know, Chris Beard told us the X factor in this game will be rebounding, and right now it's Mississippi State with 7 boards, Ole Miss 1.
You can't simulate. We were here at shoot-around, and you had the crowd noise being pumped in for Ole Miss. It's just impossible to simulate the energy in the building.
Hubbard, 84% free throw shooter. Amazing thing about him, his assist to turnover ratio leads the SEC, 4th in the nation.
It's both teams, too. Both teams do a good job taking care of the ball. Sub-10 a game in terms of turnovers. I think both defenses, it's not about turning you over, it's about disrupting your rhythm in different ways.
Here's Juju Murray as they work it around the perimeter again. Naaman Brakefield to Dia with 5. Murray, runner, got it. Finally, Ole Miss on the board.
You got to start to probe and get the ball inside the paint off the bounce. Like just scoring it inside against the physicality of Mississippi State's not going to get it done. Getting there off the bounce allows you to see how the defense rotates to the basket.
Here's Melendez. Riley Kugel in. That 3 way off. He's been dealing with an injured finger on his shooting hand, injured ankle. Murray, fade away, no good. Keyshawn Murphy with the board. The triple, good. Riley Kugel.
Amazing seeing shooters get one to go early, get one up early, and you start to feel the release. He's got the tape on his finger. He was able to create rhythm off the bounce there, like the matchup took the shot.
He's the Florida transfer. Another triple, no good. Melendez, the board, foul on Ole Miss. I tell you what, this place is turned up here at the Hump, and the Bulldogs up 12. Possession.
Yeah, they got offensive rebounds, they got defensive rebounds. They were able to physically dominate the game. And really, you got to look at that last time out and say, all right, what's happening in the Ole Miss huddle? What are we talking about? I think it's good possessions. You've got to string together some good possessions. You need to secure every defensive possession with a rebound. You got to get out and push when you can. Space the floor a little bit better. Read and react to the changing defenses and settle into this basketball game. Sean Padula is the guy that can do it, right? Great feel, great experience. Just need to settle into this contest.
Here's Kugel. Keyshawn Murphy misses the runner. Here comes the Rebels back the other way. Juju Murray will set the table.
And I like Murray's ability to get into the paint off the bounce. Doesn't mean you have to always score. Just read the defense and start to feel out the game.
Play 6 minutes. Here is Starkville. Padula, little hezzy, pull up, count it.
I see him miss more open shots than tough shots. He is a tough shot maker, and that's something I think he really developed at Virginia Tech when he was asked to do so much. And by asked, I mean he had to.
Skip pass. Kugel, ball fake, pocket pass inside and laid up and in by Cam Matthews.
I mean, he's just a beast. There's no other way around it. Sometimes you see guys, like I haven't seen them in person yet this year. He is more impressive in person than he is on TV.
Keyshawn Murphy, another rebound. He leads the Bulldogs in rebounding with 7 a game. And they repay him. Count the bucket and one.
The quick action that Mississippi State's getting into is, honestly, it's refreshing. How many times you see teams play fake offense for 5 to 10 seconds, which means they walk it up, they call a play that the other team knows everything about, and they allow the defense to get set. Good job by Josh Hubbard, just getting right into a quick ball screen, slip, roll situation and playing right out of it. You put the defense into a bad situation early when they're not set.
Here's Murphy, shooting one. He's 73% free throw shooter. Junior out of Birmingham, Alabama. Ole Miss, 0 of 5 from distance so far. Padula. Brakefield with it. With 5 on the shot clock. Step back. Got out right as the shot clock expired.
It's a great one to get to go, but it's not really a possession you feel great about or can build upon. I mean, that's a prayer at the end of the shot clock. Mississippi State defense has just been there. Okay.
And Matthew, too much smoke on that one, throws it away. Second turnover.
I say feel out the game if you're Ole Miss, right? Be patient because they're experienced. They've got old dudes. They've got juniors and seniors making up this lineup. You've got to be patient, particularly in a rivalry game where the atmosphere is going to be electric. Just feel it out, settle into the game, find ways to get good possessions.
Chris Beard in his 3rd season with Ole Miss. Checked out his 2nd season with Ole Miss. One of the highest winning percentages in college basketball. Foul on Keyshawn Murphy. They get it in to Jamin Brakefield. Here's Eduardo Klafke. He's a true freshman. Nearly stolen. Trey Davis. His shot no good. Rebound Claudell Harris, and here comes the Bulldogs. Murphy throws it away. Davis comes up with it. Padula lays it in. Now all of a sudden that double-digit lead, just 9.
It's amazing what happens out of a turnover. You know, defense is getting back or just out of sorts. Opportunities are there. So if Ole Miss can create some bad situations for Mississippi State, who's been putting together good offensive possessions, game could shift.
Kick out. Harris. That 3 no good again. Offensive rebound. Kugel this time. He knocks it down.
Really good to get Kugel back. Really a 7-man lineup without him. He's got the tape on the shooting hand. It does not seem to be effective. And if I'm right, he's 2 for 3 from 3.
Kugel dealing with a ankle injury. He played in the last game, but he is back. Dre Davis, the triple. That's a brick. Melendez. Klafke comes down with the board. Here comes the running Rebels. And that layup, no good by Juju Murray. And he's asking for...
Yeah, they're going to count.
Yeah, I was going to say. Goaltending on that one.
They're going to give him the basket because of the basket interference. Wasn't going to go in. Give me a look at it. Yeah, look. Just give it a chance if you're getting to the basket. It's going to be goaltending for basket interference, basket counts, and the foul shot coming back.
His Mississippi State Bulldogs on top of Ole Miss here, but they did count the bucket. For Juju Murray, he will shoot the free throw. And he knocks it down. The lead is just 9.
Extended pressure here from Ole Miss, just trying to dictate the way the game's played. And just shift your focus if you're Mississippi State. The quick hitters have been effective, so you take them out of that, get your defense set. Now you got 17 seconds, play the defense.
Kugel had it knocked away, but it will stay with the Bulldogs.
Like you take out the prayer 3 at the end of the clock, and then the turnover that led to a layup, and this really isn't a close contest, so Ole Miss doing just enough to stay in there. Mississippi State's got to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, 5-second call by Ole Miss. So all of a sudden, the Rebels have turned up the heat here in Starkville. That's the 4th turnover by Mississippi State.
There are a lot of cliches you bring to the table when you're playing rivalry games like this. Like, one is create your own energy. Ole Miss has to figure out how to do that. And just your strength coach waving a towel on the bench, that's not enough. It's got to be the guys on the floor. Sometimes experience is almost too chill. They need to bring a little intensity.
Tried to blitz Padula. And Malik Dia, they knock it off his leg. Turnover Rebels. That's their second.
It's the right idea in that situation, but Dia just makes a quick decision, which sometimes is good. But even better is a simple turn and face ball fake. Get the defense to vacate that paint. Now you've got an ISO situation in the middle of the paint where he can thrive.
Sean Padula will have a seat. David Barnes will check in for Ole Miss. Harris driving, throws it up from Melendez. Got it back, kicks it out. Harris to the baseline. 3 on the shot clock. Hubbard, the 3 is no good. Melendez, the offensive board. And the Bulldogs have owned the glass. Matthews lost it. Turnover.
A big part of that is good ball movement, right? Looking to attack off the bounce, get the defense to sucked into the basketball, kick it back out, long closeout. Keep moving it. You're in rebounding position as an offensive team.
David Barnes.
I'm looking at the Ole Miss bench. They are trying hard to create energy.
And another turnover. Here comes Ole Miss. Klafke, 3. Missed it. Matthews back the other way. Harris.
Big. You want to talk about a quick trigger. I think the way to play in today's game is seek out the best shot you can get as quickly as possible. If it's not there, run offense, right? There are going to be options, but sometimes the first shot is the best shot. It also puts a pressure on the game and a pace on the game that should favor the team who scored.
There's a triple from the left corner. No good. And a foul on Ole Miss.
Mississippi State just doing a great job moving the basketball, but also looking for those quick hitters. Talk about body blows. Sometimes those quick hitters, they hurt you even harder right now.
But then ESPN at 9, you got R.J. Davis, North Carolina there in Winston-Salem. Take on Wake Forest. It should be another great night of hoops.
Yeah, the SEC is wild. I mean, nobody's going to be perfect. Teams are going to get beat. It doesn't really mean anything. You have to survive conference play when the conference is as good as it is, and it's not just top to bottom, it's bottom to top. No easy night.
Nwoko with it. Here's Harris. Drives. Gets all the way in and lays it in.
The other thing you have to consider is the amount of teams like Mississippi State that have come off a couple losses and the urgency they bring. It's just going to be a battle.
Brakefield knocks down that three.
Another quick hitter, though. I like it. Getting up and down a little bit. That has favored Mississippi State, but Ole Miss hasn't been able to find those easy options.
And he gets Cam Matthews to turn over. Here comes Padula back the other way. Barnes has it knocked away by Hubbard. And he'll stay with the Rebels.
Neither team really turns it over. It's really been Matthews putting it on the deck, or the bigs putting it on the deck. Got to be a little bit more careful, cautious with the basketball. These possessions matter because you maintain or sustain an energy in the game.
Yeah, Mississippi State's got 7 turnovers right now. But you guys, you point out, they're 13th in the country.
Yeah.
They only turn it over 9 times a game. They already got 7.
It's really not the pressure from Ole Miss's defense. It's dribbling into bad spots. Good position defensively to turn them over.
Here's Padula. Gets the screen from Brakefield. Good ball fake. Padula fire. No good.
Brakefield has those old man game pump fakes. He's tremendous.
He does. Hubbard, the baseline. For Nwoko.
You going with lob or shot? I'm going lob. Yeah, that looked like a lob. Nwoko just didn't think lob. He went for the shot. Had he gone up, it was going to be an easy layup or dunk. Hubbard's going to have to get involved at some point. And I say that because in the second half, he's going to get looks. The way the game's being played, he's going to get looks. He's got to create a rhythm by getting active.
Harris. No good. Here's Padula with the board. And the Rebels pushing. Padula on the baseline. McClafty.
Throwback. Yep, missed him.
Inside. Dia has it taken away. Turnover, Ole Miss.
McClafty, he had Padula wide open. Dribble up, throw back. Padula was wide open. Just missed him.
Harris will pull it. Padula, another rebound.
This strength. We got Matthews covering the point guard out top. That's wild.
They're working around to Malik Dia. It's been a rough night for him already.
I think guys underestimate the need to at times adjust to the game. And that first starts by feeling out the game, right? The initial surge from Mississippi State requires your poise and your experience so you can kind of feel out the way it's being played. Do you have the opportunity to put it on the floor or not? There's nothing there on the baseline. I don't know where he's going.
Listen, Malik Dia is averaging 17 and 10 in conference play. Had 23 points, a career high 19 rebounds, 2 blocks in just 31 minutes against Alabama.
I feel like that one really put him on the map, and it justified or validated the consistency, that he's had in SEC play. And quite often, like when you have experienced guys and great balance, the game determines who the leading scorer is going to be. And sometimes it's matchup, and Dia usually has the matchup.
Padula drives. That shot's off. Hubbard the rebound. Kicks it out. Murphy throwing it up. Riley Kugel tried to finish.
Kugel hurt his hand. He get undercut as he went up for a block. And on this one, he takes another fall. Not terrible.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Mikal Brown-Jones. A little touch push there while he was in the air. And Mikal Brown-Jones, this is his first game back. Basically 4 games.
Common foul is under further review.
They're going to further review this to realize it's okay. Like, we have to look at these things to make sure there's no flagrant one, but in reality,
because he was in the air? And
he's in the air, dangerousness of the play, but I think we're all watching this saying, yeah, okay, it's a foul. Although the fans here want him want him to be incarcerated for it, so. We heard the fans in warm-ups, man. There were some ruthless things. Do you want to repeat any of the things you heard? Oh, okay.
There was some rough stuff they spewed out at Ole Miss. It's a rivalry.
Oh, goodness.
All gloves are off when it's a rivalry.
This should be a quick one. I like when they play the Jeopardy music when the officials go and look at something.
Previous call of common foul stands. 2 shots.
Here's again, Mikael Brown-Jones. He's been in concussion protocol for Ole Miss the past few games.
I will say, if you're in the air, it doesn't take much contact to really send you to the ground. That's why they go look at it.
Well, tomorrow, SEC Network will have a women's basketball tripleheader. First 2 games, you got Flau'jae Johnson and number 5 LSU taking on Florida at 1. You got the Magnolia State rivalry here in Starkville. Hey, by the way, you know, the Rebs, I'm talking about the women, have won 1 game in Starkville the last 18 years. It's a long time.
Good schedule for producers who get to stay at one location.
Yeah. Turnover. Hubbard. Again, throwing it up. He was throwing it up for Sean Jones, but it was a little too short, and then turning it over.
A lot of the turnovers are really trying to force the secondary issue. Mississippi State's been really good about the quick hitters and getting something. It's in that set offense where they're struggling the most.
That's already their 9th turnover, Mississippi State. And that's what they average on the season. They already got 9 here in the first half.
Take those turnovers away, and a lot of those are leading to some easy points. You take those away, this is not a ball game. It's not even a contest. So when you look at Ole Miss, you say, all right, what can we improve upon for the second half? Mississippi State's got a lot of things they can improve upon as well.
Under 5 minutes until the half. Here's Juju Murray. Padula. Drive. Kick out to Klafke. Murray. Double. They thought he walked. Padula from the corner. It's nothing but net.
A lot of broken possessions that Ole Miss has scored on. And the faithful here wanted to travel. It's time for a good possession if you're Mississippi State.
Matthews. In the Murphy. And Hubbard. Now with 5 on the shot clock. And a reach.
It's all good stuff. It's a rivalry game. I don't know. Let's take a look. How many steps do we get? Seems to be something that is interpreted differently every single game. There's 1, 2, shuffle, 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 throw the ball, 3. Still a ball game.
Get a little more of the momentum going into break. Brian, we'll see at the half.
All right, Zubin, thank you. How about Brother Cuff, the astute?
Yeah, look, it's good. It's good that he's listening. I appreciate that.
No thanks and everything.
No, I appreciate it. That someone's listening to me. I miss Dallin. I miss my time in studio with Dallin. Or Dalen, whatever we're going with these days. His pet peeve.
Oh, my goodness. 1 of 2. By Hub. 10-point lead here for the Bulldogs. Brakefield with it. Dre Davis now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spins. Working on Matthews. Juju Murray for 3. In and out. Matthews. Full steam ahead and rejected. They'll call a foul. You want to try and take a charge from them?
What did I say earlier? Tanks can take down skyscrapers. I mean, tanks also just run over everything in their way. Like 4 fouls on the play. Lots of collisions. It's the type of game this feels like it's going to be. It's going to be hard fought. Both teams play really solid defense. The quick hitters for Mississippi State has been what's gotten them looks. The half court, it's been brutal for both teams. I really think it's going to come down to, I don't know if I'm right, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think Murray's got to be the one off the bounce for Ole Miss. He's got to be able to get into the paint, soften the defense, play with some long closeouts if you're Ole Miss, right? Attack those closeouts and create some offensive opportunities. You might want to get a rebound, too.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are on the boards as Keyshawn Murphy throws it down, and Chris Beard calls a timeout. Man, the Bulldogs have pounded the glass, and Cam Matthews' mother loves it. Look at this.
Oh, buddy. Welcome to Stark Vegas.
Here at the Hump. The Bulldogs with a plus 13 margin on the boards that have led to a number of second opportunities. Sold out crowd here at Humphrey Coliseum. Malik Dia trying to get on the board. His jumper no good. And look at that. Up and in by Keyshawn Murphy.
Quick hitters. Way to run out transition. Good contest from Murphy. Then he ran the floor. Shooter was late to get back.
2:30 to play until the half. 14-point lead. Dia driving, dunking. And finally getting on the board is Malik Dia.
But going back to that last play by Dia, it was really set up by a little dribble drive, kick out, ball fake, and then attack, right? There you go. Simple ball fake. It moves the defense. It's a really simple thing to do. Ball fake. Watch where the defense goes. Get the ball in the paint. Kick out. Watch what the defense goes. Watch where the defense goes. They've really got to be a little bit more calculated with their initial attack. Read the defense. Find out where your option is going to be. I think it all starts with a little dribble drive action and kickouts.
Matthew Morrell, Ole Miss checks in. Man, he hasn't played in about 16 minutes or so. Google, pull up that. Nice big range.
Just a great presence of mind, right? Just a good, quick sit down. He broke for a hot second. Little jab step, got the 10-footer off.
Another steal. Jones for three. In and out.
That would have brought the house down.
Here's Padula. Ball fake, pull up, got it.
It's a tough play by Padula. And he's really trying to create, but also absorb contact at the same time, because it was Matthews that he's going into. Again, tough shot maker.
Hubbard now with 5. Drives. Runner. Comes off. There's Cam Matthews. Another offensive board by the Bulldogs.
Sometimes if you can drive the way Hubbard did and just draw defense your way, you just want to get it up off the rim because it gives your offensive rebounders an opportunity to stick back.
Padula the 3. Gets the roll.
We have a timeout.
11-point lead here from Mississippi State. Listen, they're going to be busy in the studio at the half because it's been a busy day in the SEC. And you talked about how tough this conference is. How about Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
Shocks Tennessee by 1. Auburn, they survived. Ace Newell had a point-blank shot with 0.3 seconds left in that game and just missed that one. And of course, Alabama, they bounced back and they defeat Kentucky.
There's a lot of SEC teams with little numbers next to their name. And it's ridiculous. We've talked about this conference. I just hope that it doesn't turn out to be like football where we all have to feel silly because it's Big Ten teams and Notre Dame played in the championship game, not SEC. The reality is it doesn't matter what postseason does. This conference is that strong. They are that good. And a lot of these teams are playing at mid-season form in November, December.
Joe Lunardi in his latest bracketology, he's got 13 teams from the SEC. And that shot's blocked. There's Keyshawn Murphy. He missed the bunny. And here comes the Rebels back the other way. Juju Murray looking to attack. Extra pass. Dre Davis from the corner is good. That three was big.
Really big, and this possession might be it, right? Going into the half, Ole Miss gets a stop. You could feel really good about the storm you weathered.
Now into a matchup type zone here by Ole Miss. Final 5 seconds of the half. Lead is just 8. Hubbard will pull it. It's short. And a lead that is ballooned to 14 all of a sudden has come down to just 8. Mississippi State 10-0 though, leading at the half. Mississippi State 37, Ole Miss 29. Let's send you to the studio for the halftime report.
Brian, John, thanks. We mentioned
You're watching the SEC. Certainly have chopped that in half here. We've got ourselves a basketball game as we start the second half. Ole Miss comes in on a 4-game winning streak. The Bulldogs have dropped 2 straight. Here's Sean Padula. Dre Davis now drives. His shot no good. A rebound, Nwoko. Cameron Matthews. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And listen, that's another reason why the Bulldogs are up, especially at the foul line.
Another guy that probably doesn't get enough attention is Nwoko. He was on the floor in the first half, 7 rebounds, pretty good start, good physical presence. May not score a lot, but it doesn't matter. It's a big piece of that identity. Talked about the body blows. That's what it feels like when you're playing Mississippi State.
Here's Ruthie Matthews, the mother of Cam Matthews. You know, listen, Cam Matthews has played 150 games in his 4 years. 5 years here, Mississippi State, and mom has not missed 1 home game. Live about 2 hours away. Makes that trip and gets right back to work the next morning, early in the morning, all to watch her son play. There's a turnover by the Rebels. Harris nearly traveled with it. Backdoor cut by Melendez. 10 now on the shot clock. Hubbard. Matthews with 2. Forces it up. Air ball. Shot clock violation. Good defense by Ole Miss.
Really solid defensive possession for Ole Miss. They were in position. Their communication was high. They rotated to the basketball without over-rotating, meaning they didn't chase the play. On a couple situations where it kind of led to an organic switch, it happened with good communication. I mean, those are the things you want to build upon in this second half, but you need good offensive possessions as well. That's what they've struggled with.
Baseline jumper is good by Matthew Morrell.
Yeah, Matthew Morrell's a guy, it really did next to nothing in the first half. To get him going, to find balance on the floor, which is what this Ole Miss team thrives with, that'll be key.
Need He averages 12 a game, and he was coming into this one just 8 points away from being 10th on the all-time scoring list. Rebound by Morrell. You know, last time this game was a two-possession game, it was, what, 5-0. That was at the 18:32 mark in the first half. 6-point lead. Led by as many as 14. Diaz. Morrell. Count it.
Double teaming Diaz is going to create an advantage for Ole Miss so long as you can play out. So long as the guys off the ball read off of it very well. Morrell did that. That's 2 straight to get it started for the second half.
4-point lead now. Harris drives, rolls off. Morocco. And jump ball. Tia tied it up with that block.
You know, I talked about the Ole Miss bench earlier in the game because they're trying to create their own energy. They're not going to get it off of this ground, I can promise you that. It's just been tough. I mean, the presence inside of Mississippi State on the glass, it's demoralizing in so many ways.
Here's Josh Hubbard. Their leading scorer on the season. That shot, no, but follows up his own miss.
I was about to say, Ole Miss has done a really good job on Hubbard, whether it's gapping or playing wide, right? Not allowing him to turn the corner or get open shots.
That was Hubbard's first shot. A make from the field. All his points have come off the foul line. Break field, ball fake, drive, shot blocked, but a foul.
I just love that ball fake. Like, I go for it. I'm sitting here. I'm not doing anything, and I kind of fall for the ball fake. I can almost see the camera guys, right, you know, almost fall for it. It's so slow and obvious, but those are the ones that work the best. It's a good take.
So Jamin Brakefield, he's out of Jackson. This is his 4th year at Ole Miss. You know, he started all 32 games for the Rebels last year. Got 6 points. Averages 9 a game.
It's just tough. I mean, you come off great performances and you say, all right, it's time we start talking about Ole Miss, but it's the SEC. It's a rivalry game. It's so hard to follow it up. I think Ole Miss is starting to find this game. That's what we said in the first half. They just have to find the game, settle in, and then build upon good possessions. They're starting to do that here early in the second.
Hubbard. Shot is short. Hubbard hasn't found it from the field yet.
He's getting bad angles, and you kind of look at who can turn the corner and get inside the paint. It's not always about scoring inside when you drive to the basket. It's getting defense to shift, and if you're attacking with a bad angle, you're not bringing help defense.
I saw Chris Beard just say what you had been talking about. Give me more pace.
Yes.
He's talking about with that offense. Morrell, almost an and one. And he's come into the second half a different player.
Part of the pace, it's not just about playing fast or putting pace on the game. It's really about putting pressure on the defense, making the defense defend for a full 30. I don't think there's a lot here. Just enough. Yeah, you got him. I'll give him that. If I'm a shooter, I want that. If I'm a defender, I'm crying. And if I'm a fan, I'm probably doing the same thing. And none of us really matter because the official called a foul.
Morrell knocks down that first free throw. He's now got 5 points. He's 3 away from going to number 10 on the all-time scoring list for Ole Miss.
They're like bear crawling back into it. Like almost so quietly that you don't even realize it's now a 4-point game, offensive rebound.
Yeah, Dre Davis had it. He and Matthews get tangled up.
I feel like something is going to happen that's going to heat this game up? And that was almost it, but it stopped. Something's going to happen that's really going to ignite this crowd, and the game will pick up again. Whether it's a big and one or a physical play, something's going to happen.
4-point lead. Been as large as 14. Backdoor cut. Melendez had it, lost it. Here comes Morrell and the Rebels. Davis spins. Kick out. Morrell, three. Count it. Morrell now, 10th all-time scoring on Ole Miss.
It's kind of been what it was for Mississippi State. Quick hitters give you good looks, and they got right into the action and got a great look.
1-point lead. Stripped. Taken away. Ole Miss can take the lead and have their first lead of the game. Brakefield takes the bump from Matthews.
Wow, he was going nowhere, too. That's a tough one for Mississippi State. Brakefield really not going anywhere. But this Ole Miss team, they fought back. Quick hitters, good looks, knockdown shots. Your best players is finally rolling.
Goodness, Marcus Freeman, of course, former Buckeye linebacker. Now head coach at Notre Dame. That's going to be great.
You know, I went to Penn State, right? It's like still salt in the room. Let's hope. I know it's good. Look, it's going to do a great number. I promise you that.
Morrell follows his own shot. And Ole Miss got the opportunity here to take the lead.
Really quietly, too. It doesn't.
Short.
It just doesn't feel like Ole Miss has done that much to get back into it. It's just that Mississippi State's kind of lost it a bit. Turnovers have really hurt them.
Rebels on a 15-2 run here. Hubbard for three. Got it!
That's big. That's big from a guy who's been out there, hasn't really been able to find it. Starts to go the way of Ole Miss. That's a big shot. Part of it is you need to get this crowd back into it. That's one of your biggest advantages in this matchup.
Brakefield. He'll shoot the triple. It rolls off. And it will be the Bulldogs basketball.
Hubbard just getting active. What a foul. Hubbard just tremendous movement, but just good activity again. But it goes back to it. Both teams have utilized quick hitting action to get good shots.
Dre Davis got called for the foul. And these folks wanted a technical called on him.
It's just a foul. It's all right. These are great, man. These rivalry games, like I do. I'm so grateful to be able to be here. The first time here in Starkville. This is a great place.
4-point lead. Keyshawn. Inside, Matthews rocks the rim. Juju Murray. Kick out. Padula. Top the key. It's short. Bulldogs pushing. Open is Melendez. Corner. Follow no by Murphy. Got it again. Count it.
Offensive rebounds. Yet again demoralizing to a defense. Defense has done a good job chasing. Other guys off the line. Shot goes up, and you can't secure a rebound. That's where Mississippi State has lived.
7-0 run.
Wow.
And Dia ends it with that three.
If you're Mississippi State, you've got to capitalize on the energy you create with big plays and really build upon it because you're playing against a really experienced group at Ole Miss.
We play 7 minutes, 13 left in the game. Google. Short. Rebound, Breakfield. Ole Miss with no second chance points here. Breakfield. Extra pass, Dia from the corner is good. Malik Dia now starting to heat up, and the lead is 2 from Mississippi State.
Good action on one side to really suck that defense over, skip pass, one extra pass, and you get an open 3. Ole Miss finding a little shot-making rhythm here in the second.
Here's Keyshawn Murphy. From the baseline, gets the roll.
Good job recognizing defense was there and kind of pulled up. Looked like he was just going to get the shot up to go get the offensive rebound, and it somehow found a way to fall.
Horn set here for Ole Miss.
Dia wants it down low.
Padula firing, nothing but net.
The game's heating up.
1-point lead here for the Bulldogs as we go back and forth. Nearly stolen by Juju Murray. Melendez from the wing is good. Four-point lead.
It's been 3 straight possessions, too, that Chris Beard has gotten them into a horn set. I think he likes what they're getting out of it because of the switches that it creates.
Padula, the triple. No. Breakfield had it blocked. Hubbard. And a block on John Padula.
All right. This game is really starting to heat up. It's been back and forth offensive. I think it's been a fight throughout. Both teams starting to find it on the offensive end. It's who can settle in and put it together throughout the final stretch. We got a good one. Welcome back to Starkville. 51-47. Mississippi State holds the lead. Keyshawn Murphy's been terrific here in the second. Just keeping plays alive. This Mississippi State team has dominated the glass, but just making plays is really what it's going to come down to. Neither team has been able to find out how to execute their way to a win. It comes down to who can make the most plays. And if Mississippi State can keep the energy high, they have the best chance. It's an experienced Ole Miss team. They will not shy away from a contest. They have won big games already. Chris Beard wants this team to be talked about. They're going to have to follow up a tremendous win at Alabama and deliver another one tonight.
Well, right now they've got a +17 when you talk about the rebound advantage. That's one of the reasons why the Bulldogs have kept this lead. As they're up 4, Josh Hubbard will go to the line.
Hubbard's another guy, didn't have much of a first half, didn't really have a big impact on the first half, but he will absolutely, unquestionably have an impact on the outcome of the game.
That's his 10-point.
He's quiet at this.
Oh. Missed that one. It will get loud here in a minute.
You said 9,102. That's a great number. Somebody builds these monster arenas. It's a great environment.
Yes, it is. So far, Bulldogs 7-1 at home this season. Tough to beat in this building. Here's Dia. Spins on Matthews. Had it stripped and a foul.
There's just not a lot of room. He's getting the double. If he's going to continue to get that double, you've got to put him on the block and welcome the double. If you welcome the double and prepare him for it, it's up to the other guys to get to open spaces. Cut off of it if your man's not covering you. Make the backside defender take away the backside layup. Someone's going to be open on a skip on the perimeter. So welcome the double, play with the advantage.
Wardell Harris to check in for Josh Hubbard, who get a blow. Here's Juju Murray. Murray, he'll pull up. Shot in and out. Matthews, another rebound. Got the smaller Juju Murray on him, but kicks it out to Melendez. Runs into Dia and draws the foul. Melendez will go to the line.
But that's the same concept I'm talking about on the other end, right? Matthews understands if he gets it in the paint, it's going to bring help defenders. Bring help defenders and play out of it. Now, I think Matthews picked it up too soon. Should have continued to probe and just make three converge, and then you're wide open. You create the advantage by forcing a double and then play out.
First shot, no good. Hey, here's a look at our SEC ACC Super Tuesday basketball doubleheader. Bulldogs squaring off against Tennessee at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. And then on ESPN at 9, R.J. Davis, North Carolina, taking on Wake Forest. 1 of 2 by Melendez. Trey Davis will have a seat. Jamin Brakefield checks in.
Smaller look from Mississippi State. So long as they can rebound, which they proved that they could do, you should be able to get out and run, put some tempo, some quick hitters, but there's still time on the clock.
Klafke is checked in. Here's Brakefield. Morrell to Dia. 10 on the shot clock. Brakefield putting it on the floor. Oh, Melendez. Great defense. Forces the air ball. John Jones lost it. Here's Juju Murray now back the other way. Probing, pulls up, nope, Brakefield jumped too soon. And Google lays it in.
I think that's the advantage, right? When you go a smaller lineup, you have anybody on the floor can bring it up the floor. Everybody else runs hard down the wings, and there's no one really to protect the paint.
Dia thought about it. Here's Klafke. Shot, good. The freshman knocks it down.
That was pretty, and there was really good poise in what he did. Simple pump fake, flyby, one dribble pull up. That was pretty.
Shoots 61% from 3. The true freshman.
I might argue he should shoot more.
Father played for Brazil, the Olympics, the '96 game, played against the Dream Team.
That was a heater, by the way.
It was a heater. Wholesale substitutions by both squads.
Mississippi State's had some of those passes from the bigs. It's the right idea. It's just the execution of such is the question.
Shot clock at 16 seconds. 8:24 to play here in Starkville. And it's a trip and on this. That'll be on Padula.
Some killers, too. Because there's really nothing going here. It's an opportunity, 16 seconds left, just to get settled defensively. Those fouls add up down the stretch. They matter. The thing is, Mississippi State has not done a great job at the free throw line. Right now, 9 of 17.
Melendez and Brakefield neither one want to give up their position. Courtney Green's going to have a talk with Brakefield.
That was worth it.
5-point lead. This is a rough crowd, too, man. Here's Melendez to the cup. No.
J. Melendez has really done a good job in terms of the development of his game, where it's not really just one-dimensional, going to space the floor, hit threes. He's done a good job attacking. He's done a good job running the lanes, actually getting to the rim in transition. I think it makes you more of a threat. You can score at all three levels.
To play. Melendez, the triple. No. Rebound. Mikal Brown-Jones. Here come the Rebels.
See Ole Miss offensively even talking through what they want to do. They're really communicating on the offensive end as well as on the defensive end.
Padula. It's good for three. Lead is back down to 2.
This is a double foul. It's heating up. That's a big shot by Padula. Hubbard just got lost on the backside. You cannot get lost with a guy like Sean Padula on the floor. He's a big shot maker, and this one's just too easy. Yeah, good screen, but you just got lost on the backside. Double foul. Things are heating up.
Two-point lead. Take a look at this.
A whole lot of action here.
Up. Look at this. A couple guys going right to the floor.
Brakefield and Melendez have been getting into it.
Sean Jones Jr. also getting tied up with Mikal Brown-Jones. They taking a look at both of those and see if anything will be called.
Flagrant one on Ole Miss. Jones Jr. Get it right. No. You may have said Ole Miss. You meant Mississippi State.
You can see
I think it's going to be on Jones Jr.
Take another look here.
I mean, this is what you hear. Courtney Green's going to give me an explanation.
Following a successful three-point basket, which will count, there has been a flavor one foul assessed to number 1 blue. Assessed to number 1 blue. 5 white will shoot 2. White with the ball on the baseline. That's what results in a play.
So Mikal Brown-Jones, take a look at him. He's at the top there. He gets tied up with Sean Jones Jr.
It's going to be a live ball flagrant one. For excessive. So Jones Jr. will go to the free throw line for 2. What a sequence.
Look, there is our rule book when you talk about flagrant fouls, especially the flagrant one.
Some of it's up for interpretation as to what's excessive and or necessary. One of the things I said was it was brewing, right? I mean, you got a rivalry game. Guys getting after it. Best to get control of it now with 7:40 left.
These two teams, as Ole Miss will go to a 3-2 zone.
I apologize. We got the first explanation got the Ole Miss and Mississippi State mixed up.
Here's Hubbard, extra pass. Sean Jones Jr.
What a possession. Wow. I mean, you've got the Padula 3, and then all that happens, and it turns out to be a huge possession.
5-point play, basically, for the Bulldogs. Lead balloons to 8.
Yeah, and this is what's going to happen. It's going to maintain a certain physicality throughout, but they're going to clean it up. And eventually, dudes being at the foul line and foul trouble will force you to settle in. Always good to do that when there's a good amount of time on the clock so you can create some consistency for the final stretch. That's all both teams want down the stretch. It's just a consistent game. Best team wins.
These two programs have been playing each other for 111 years. First time, though, both come into this matchup ranked. Here's Padula. Step back 3 and draws the foul on Keyshawn Murphy. Got him in the air.
It's a tough one. I always look at that and I'm like, is he really shooting that? I know they want to clean that up. He does step into him. It's going to be 2 shots because of the step in. There, he's on there. He's on the line.
Yeah, there'll be 2 shots.
This is where you got to watch these experienced players from Ole Miss. They played a lot of basketball. They will find ways to cut into this one.
84% free throw shooter misses the first one. Hey, UFC 311 is tonight. You got 2 title fights. The lightweight, bantamweight belts on the line. The main card begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on pay-per-view. Prelims, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN News, ESPN Plus. To order the main card, go to ESPNplus.com/PPV. This is the heavyweight battle here. Baseline jumper is good by Dre Davis. After Padula missed both those free throws, lead is back to 5. 6:30 to play in this one. And Sean Jones Jr. lost it. Turnover, Mississippi State.
You got a 5-point ball game. You're Mississippi State at home. You have to maintain discipline first and foremost. And if you're going to play against a set defense, you need to accept the fact that you're playing against a set defense and get something good. Be patient. Don't rush. If you have it early, those quick hitters have been great. But if you're playing against a set defense, settle in.
Here's Padula. He's got 17. Dre Davis is asking for it. Breakfield. Morrell. Juju Murray, open man, knocks down the triple. The lead is back to 2 from Mississippi State.
This goes back to the experience, right? The poise to be able to create a playmaking opportunity. It's not about making shots. It's about creating an opportunity for a score.
Here's Keyshawn Murphy. Driving on Davis. They'll call that one on Davis.
It's good to just probe and find the matchup you like. You really want that matchup closer to the paint, where Murphy doesn't have to put the ball on the deck as much, but he ends up at the free throw line. And 11 of 19 right now for Mississippi State. Not great. Probably not even good. But all that matters is the ones you make down the stretch. It's a 2-point contest with 5:50 left.
Keyshawn's got 10. Make that 11 now on the night. One of 2. Rebels can tie it with a 3. Ole Miss has missed 4 of his last 4 field goals here. Oh, Juju got tied up. Great defense here by Sean Jones Jr.
I like the move by Chris Beard and going to a smaller lineup, and you bring toughness on the floor. You bring floor spacers. You're creating room for your guys to make plays for one another. Again, we talked about the balance on this team. All 5 on the floor could score. It doesn't matter who's going to be open. Someone gets an open shot, they take it. Better space on the floor and 5 playmakers, that's going to help.
Here's Padula. He's got 17, misses that one. There's Breakfield out of nowhere with the offensive rebound. Ole Miss will reset. Davis for 3. That's a brick. And he'll go to the line. The senior out of Memphis. Now tied for 10th all-time on the scoring list.
A situation where defenders have to be aware of the shot clock too. And that's the anticipation that a shot's going up, and you have to get yourself in position and keep your opponent out. Matthew Morrell did a good job of understanding the situation with the shot clock, and he put himself in position to save the day.
For your Bulldogs, 22,
Geez, the Rebels have climbed back to this game. Look at this, 7 threes they've knocked down here in the second half.
I think on the surface you see 7 threes, but in terms of beneath the surface you see playmaking, shot creation. That's been drives, kicks, welcome to double pass out of it.
1-point lead, 5 minutes to play. It hasn't been this close since about 16 minutes in the first half. Kugel, foul.
Both sides, whoever's got the ball on the block, it's really shifting the whole defense that way. Riley Kugel did a good job of just cutting off of it, put himself in position to end up at the free throw line. They gotta make free throws. You know, when you don't make free throws, fouling's just good defense. Can't allow that to be the case for Mississippi State.
Bulldogs 6 of 11 from the line here in the second half. Basket interference. They're going to call it good.
Yeah.
That one's going to go on Ole Miss. 4-point lead now for the Bulldogs. Here, take another look.
An official pump fake at first, but they got it right. Gosh, it was close to both teams.
It was close to both of them.
It was. And if we looked at that in slow-mo 5 times, I could convince myself that Keyshawn Murphy touched it.
Brakefield. A couple of fakes. Let me tell you something. You say he's got that YMCA game.
Man, he's going to dominate the men's league someday. He'll be the ringer.
I would hate to play against him at LA Fitness.
It's that guy.
Oh, big three. Kugel.
All right. Mississippi State needed that. This building needed that. The key now for Mississippi State is to extend that. They have not been able to get the stops they needed.
He's got 16. Here's Brakefield.
There's another
game. He's got 12.
I mean, great play by Patul, just to drag defense to get Brakefield wide open.
Under 4 to play. Murphy to a cutting Melendez. Great look to Cam Matthews. 4-point lead. 3:30 to play here in Starkville. Ole Miss unbeaten in the SEC, taking on their rival. Brakefield's double team has it knocked away, got it back and throws it off of Mississippi State.
And that was great stuff offensively from Mississippi State. And they really, again, I said it before, welcome the double, welcome the double. You cut off of it and you drop down. Look, you occupy defenders, throw in Matthews wide open. You cut across the face of the defenders, bring all the attention your way, and Matthews the beneficiary.
With 3:22 left, they've taken a point off the board from Mississippi State. Why? Well, you got to go back to that free throw that they said basket interference on Ole Miss. But in reality, after they looked at it again, it was actually a Bulldog who touched it first, right there. And then Dre Davis.
So, look, they got it right, but it's almost one as an official, you're like, crap. We got to take a point off the board with this rabid crowd, but it's the right call. So we are looking at 68-65 when they take that off. And this crowd's going to go from fun dancing to just mayhem.
Yeah, they got their swag surfing going on right now, and you can see KB Burdett. He is our crew chief talking to the officials there at the scores desk, explaining it to them.
It's tough, but it's the right call, and the fact that they have a chance to go look at it at the break, it's the right thing to do. I just wish they changed the rule to the international rule where it's a live ball on the rim. I love it. It'd be so fun. But you know what? Keyshawn Murphy would have just dumped it home anyway.
Well, you look at the last 5 minutes. Ole Miss has made 6 of their last 8 shots. Mississippi State has made 4 of their last 6.
Well, I think it's going to be foul shooting down the stretch here. I mean, Mississippi State done all right, but 13 of 23, not good enough.
Reference to goaltending has been overturned, reversed. Is offensive basket interference, meaning 2 points will come off the board for Mississippi State.
So now it is 65-67.
So it's actually 2 points that comes off. I was a little confused by that. It was the tip. Oh, my goodness.
So it's a 2-point lead here. Ole Miss opportunity to tie or take the lead. Never led in this game. Morrell had it blocked as he went to pull that one up. It comes up short.
Big possession right now. You've got a bigger lineup for Mississippi State against the smaller lineup that's done very well for Ole Miss.
Bulldogs 1-0 on one-possession games this season. Kugel, Fage, short. Davis the rebound.
Great defense by Pagula just to hold his ground. That's really all he had to do was just hold your ground, force the toughest shot possible. But really no reason for that shot in that possession.
Under 3 minutes to play. Padula drives, wild shot. Hubbard. Matthews with it now, 2:30 to play. Murphy, double team, powers his way to the rim.
It's going to be how it is throughout the final stretch here. Every basket's going to be hard fought. Got to maintain your balance, good footwork, and good poise.
Juju counted off the glass. Again, the lead is 2.
If it's possession to possession, you got to think it starts to favor the more experienced team. Right now, Chris Beard talking about that. Let's get our defense set. Let's rebound. Possession to possession. We'll see who pulls it out. Have come far from the paint. If he can get his catches closer to the block, it's going to force all that defense to converge and create opportunities around the perimeter for Mississippi State. They just haven't been able to get those post catches where they want.
17 of this week's top 25 squads have lost this week. Will Ole Miss be number 18? They're down 2. Almost 4. Yes, 4. As Murphy cleans up his own mess.
Geez, that basket was moving so much he almost missed the layup.
Under 2 minutes. Ole Miss on a 4-game winning streak. They won 9 of 10. Brakefield. Murray for 3. Too strong. Rebound. Matthews leak out. And he overthrows Murphy.
Just scratch your head. You go, look. Home runs earlier, great. In the end, a bunt single is fantastic, right? You've got to stop. Just get a good possession against that smaller lineup on D.
Minute 15. Brakefield. Morrell. Pounded by Melendez. Runner. Got it. 2-point lead, minute to play. We're going to take a 30-second break. Don't you go anywhere. We got drama here in Starkville. First road win over a top 5 team when they knocked off 4th-ranked Alabama Now they're trying to come here into Starkville and knock off Mississippi State. And I tell you what, you look at what they've got coming up. They get some big wins here. You're talking about a team right now that's at a 4 seed, according to Joe Lenardi. They've got even higher.
They've got an opportunity. Look, Chris Beard said it, right? It's time for people to start talking about Ole Miss basketball. Well, if you go through that gauntlet on the road and win 3 of those 5, that's pretty darn good, and I think you're going to be discussed on a national level. These are 2 really good teams, though, in a ridiculously competitive conference. And we're in for a good final stretch here. This is awesome. This is what you want in a rivalry game. No one's left their seat.
Mississippi State has hit 5 of the last 7. Under a minute to play. They got a 2-point lead. Matthews has the rock. Skip pass. Melendez open for 3. Air ball. There's Keyshawn Murphy. Rebounding has been the difference. Brakefield drives, attacks, and scores. It's still 2 points. 30 seconds to play.
Quick hitters, you're going to have to get a shot up here. 5-second differential.
Bring the shot clock, game clock. And Padula with the foul.
I think you're selective with who you foul, and I wouldn't foul Melendez. I was waiting for the ball to maybe get passed around, get inside. Put Matthews or Murphy on the free throw line. That was quick. I think you've got time with a 2-point game to let the ball move a little bit and get it into the right guy's hands before you foul.
Melendez is 1 of 2.
Is that icing the free throw shooter, by the way? There was a little icing going on there.
Two-point lead.
I think this contest just showcases the competitiveness of this conference, because these are kind of your quasi middle of the pack. They're as good as I've seen.
Big. Now, with this make or miss, if he makes it, you can still shoot 2. You got to get it 2 quick.
You can get a quick 2 by pushing it down the floor, or you just drive it and see if they converge. You get an open 3, you take an open 3, but you do not force or wait for a 3.
Three-point lead.
Yeah, go back to the 2 points that got taken off the board. Wow.
Here's Padula. Brakefield's got it. To Davis. 15 seconds now.
Good timeout. Good timeout.
Here's Beard to call the TO.
It's a really good timeout. If you don't have the quick hitter, you got to get something set up to give you a quick hitter option out of the timeout. That'll be exactly what Chris Beard's talking about. No more timeouts for Ole Miss. That's another thing they're talking about. And then you also have to be discussing who's on the floor for Mississippi State that we want to put at the free throw line. Who do we need to keep the ball away from? Murphy, this second half in particular, has been terrific. He's got some offensive rebounds, stickbacks. He's really had the advantage against the smaller lineup, and he's taken advantage of it. But it's been good ball movement, but really putting himself in position. Sometimes it's the bad misses, too, where if you're in the right position, you're going to get offensive stickback opportunities, but he's just been the physical force. He's been the dominant presence down low. His energy's been significant. Against the smaller lineup, Cam Matthews at times has been bringing the ball up the court.
You know, Murphy leads the team in rebounding. He grabs 7 of them a game. He's got 6 of them tonight, but only averages on the season 9 points. I shouldn't say only, but he's got 17 tonight.
And it's kind of what the game affords, right? The game determines who's going to be the guy. Those are your best teams. The best teams aren't always the ones where you know exactly who's going to get what. The game kind of determines that. That's how Ole Miss has been so good. Their balance is one. And Malik Dia, the guy who's been terrific in SEC play, 17.5 and 10, he hadn't been on the floor in the last 8-10 minutes.
And only 8 points tonight. 12th most played matchup in all of college basketball. 271st meeting between the Rebels and the Bulldogs. First time both teams have been ranked in this matchup. Here's Morrell with 10 seconds to play. Pull up for three. Good! We're tied! Kugel for the win! For three! No! We're going to overtime in Stark Vegas.
Wow. I mean, that got to a point where the second it got down that you knew a three was going up, I'd almost go right out and foul. I wouldn't allow it. You got the size on the floor to rebound. I don't like the automatic foul because you're up three. But they committed to taking the three at this point. That's just playmaking by Matthew Morrell. Say shot making. And why not go? Riley Kugel just settle for a tough three. You had plenty of time, if you're Mississippi State, to go back and say, get downhill, get to the free throw line. Maybe a timeout line. Tough to overcome.
Ole Miss has never led in this game.
I don't often say this, but the first few possessions of this overtime really matters.
And it's the Rebels who control the tip in OT.
Feels like a new game if you're an Ole Miss fan and player.
Here's Dre Davis. Lowered the shoulder, offensive foul.
Talk about the development, maturation of R.J. Melendez. I mean, that's part of it right there. Is really buying a great defense. Really, gaps, takes the step back, sells it. By the way, you have to do that. Not a lot of offensive fouls when you're going for a shot at the rim, but you can earn it off the bounce. He did that.
Personal on Dre Davis.
Now you want to build upon it if you're Mississippi State.
Here's Hubbard. Fades short.
Abdul has been really good with his defense, whether it's been on the ball against the guard or in the post against the big. He's really held his ground well and forced tough shots.
Here's Juju Murray. Davis. Skip pass to Breakfield with 4. Drive. And attacks the rim. The first lead for Ole Miss comes in overtime.
I was about to yell right away, pump fake. It's coming. You knew the pump fake was coming, and he takes his time with it again. Experienced dudes know how to make plays, particularly down the stretch.
Here's Matthews now working on Davis. And gets it.
That's there if you're not going to bring help. He was patient enough to wait to see if the help was coming. No help came. Simple field the defender on your back, spin, finish.
Breakfield with it again. 5 on the shot clock. Murray way off. Under 3 minutes to play.
I feel like Ole Miss is really operating here. That's how they got back into this. And now it's up to Mississippi State there. They find the matchup they like, and now you're going to play out of it.
He's doubled. Skip pass. Melendez. Corner 3. No good. Dre Davis the board. Here comes the Rebels. We got 2:30 to play.
This is really, I mean, it's gone away from being an up and down contest. It's really your turn, my turn. Who can execute to a victory?
Padula working on Matthews. Got him in the air.
It's the second time he's done it. And that's the second time. He earned 2 the last time he did it because he stepped in. He had nothing And yeah, you're going to get that call. You're jumping into the shooter. You're going to get that call. That is just, again, you can't say enough about the seniors and juniors that make up the Ole Miss roster. They know how to win. And sometimes you have to manipulate a win. They've done that so far, and they're giving themselves a chance here in overtime.
1-1 for Jean Padula. 84% free throw shooter, 0 for 2 on the night, but knocks that one down.
They're saying not shooting on that?
No, they said he was going to.
What was that? I wish I could see what you're doing right now.
It looked like they said he went up and was going to pass it, so. One of two. Lead is one for the Rebels.
We have a timeout.
Quick timeout by Coach Jans. His Bulldogs down 1 in overtime. Mississippi State, which has basically led this entire game until we got here to overtime. And once we're done, the Australian Open will follow us. Now, if you're the Bulldogs, you've led basically the entire way. Now we get in overtime. You're down 1. What kind of shot are we looking for?
Well, I think the game is completely shifted. Like I said about a minute ago, where it's not up and down and quick hitters. That's where Mississippi State has really thrived. Now, Ole Miss got back in the game that way with some quick hitter offensive opportunities. You've got to be a little bit more methodical here down the stretch. You have to understand where you have the advantage. That's going to be down low, but the double will come. What do you do off the double? They've had success when they run a cutter across the foul line, capturing the eyes of the baseline defenders where it lifts them. Matthews has been underneath, or Keyshawn Murphy's been underneath. You've got to have strategies and some sort of options or counters for the double. That's what's going to happen. This is a tough one for Mississippi State. You're home. You've got to create a little energy. It's got to be on the offensive end, and then you've got to get yourselves back. Get situated defensively. Know that you're going to have to defend some sets and some offensive action. That'll be very methodical and calculated from Ole Miss.
Bulldogs have got 5 guys in double figures. Kugel's one of the leading scorers. He's got 16. Matthews has got 10. Murphy's got 17. Hubbard and Melendez, who you see right there, both have 10 as well.
I mean, I just keep going back to, if you're Mississippi State, you've earned free throws the way you played, but you're shooting 58% from the free throw line. The 2 points that got wiped off the board because of offensive basket interference, killer. Like, it's wild. You just can't write the scripts that we get. And you haven't seen Malik Dia really for the last 12-plus minutes of play, because Ole Miss figured out that going small gives us the best opportunity of getting back in this game and potentially winning. Right now, it feels like the way the game's being played, it favors the experienced team in Ole Miss, who's been able to make baskets, get the defense set. Their rotations have been good. The communication's good. But I want to see what Mississippi State does in the half court. Nothing wrong out of the timeout with a potential quick hitter option. There's still plenty of time left. But if it means getting the ball in the post, the other 4 have to be fully prepared as to what the others are going to do when the double comes.
Mikhail Brown-Jones has checked in for Ole Miss. He will be guarding Cam Matthews. Matthews with the ball now.
Well, they didn't get the matchup, but they're committed to this matchup down low. That's good. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Open 3. Melendez missed it. And a foul on the Bulldogs.
Got it over the back on Riley Kugel. Tough one because it's a loose ball, and that's going to lead to a 1-and-1.
Watch Kugel there at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, they got a great look. Kugel just kind of comes in over the top. I don't think so. I mean, that's a tough one. I'm just going to say that's a tough one. That is a loose ball, defender jumping backwards. And that would have been Mississippi State ball.
And here's Mikhail Brown-Jones shooting the 1-and-1. Off the bench, Cole. Missed it.
Neither team can make free throws. Sub 60% for both teams from the free throw line.
Hubbard turns the corner. Hangs. Missed it. Loose ball. Ole Miss comes up with it. Padula. Up ahead. Morrell. Blocked by Melendez. What a block. Alley-oop. Matthews. Extra pass. Good for three. Cougar. Big-time shot. Minute 20 to play. Mississippi State is retaking the lead.
Oh, Matthews was crazy for giving up the layup.
Brakefield nearly lost it. Got it back. Missed the shot. Under a minute to play.
That might be the defining play right there, partner. Now, they got to close this thing out for sure if you're Mississippi State, but that play from Matthews to make that pass, which I thought Matthews had a layup.
How about that? That's the first made three by the Bulldogs since it was, what, 4:25 in the second half of regulation.
It goes back to what the game gives you. You've got the advantage down low, so you have to capitalize.
Here's Matthews. 45 seconds to play. Drives. Extra pass. Kugel again. Melendez, yes, the follow. Padilla for three. Too strong. Oh, what a follow by Brakefield.
I mean, Sean Padula gets a really good look in that situation. And it was one of those almost like unanticipated shots. So guys aren't really prepared for the shot going up. So there's offensive rebounding opportunities. Melendez on the backside. Good look from Padula. Nobody checks out Brakefield. Oh, man.
And look at the time on the clock here.
Can you imagine being a fan of either right now? In a rivalry matchup, talk about the length of this rivalry, the amount of matchups they've had. They're both ranked. It feels like it's that much more important. You got one team in Ole Miss where Chris Beard saying, hey, it's time to start talking about Ole Miss. They want to follow that up with a tough road win. You've got Mississippi State coming off of 2 straight losses. They want to prove that they belong in the national conversation as the 15th ranked team in the country. Both teams fighting it out here. This has been a battle, man. It's been great. This is good basketball.
One heck of a game. Mississippi State 7-1 here at the hump.
I think it's a true competition. I mean, that's what you want. You want a really competitive game. 2 good teams. They're different, unique in their own ways. I think the adjustment Chris Beard made, I've talked a lot about it, of just trusting and sticking with this lineup. They're definitely tired. They've been slower and more methodical on the offensive end, but it doesn't stop the explosiveness when it comes to the urgency to go get an offensive rebound or get a stop on the defensive end. It's been a battle. They're all going to be exhausted after this one.
Ole Miss trying to keep up with Auburn, meaning trying to remain unbeaten in the SEC.
Yeah, good luck keeping up with Auburn. Man, SEC is unreal.
Brakefield has tied his career high of 18 tonight. And there's a foul on Murphy.
I like that foul. I mean, you're putting the team on the free throw line that shot 58% and stopping the clock. It just means that you have to come back in with somebody who hasn't played as much recently. And the small lineup gets even smaller.
5th foul on Dre Davis. So he will have his seat. And here comes Juju Murray back into the game. As Ole Miss will, as you point out, stay with that small lineup.
This small lineup does one of 2 things, if not both at the same time. You can beat guys off the bounce when you like your matchup, And you can play driving kick basketball. That's what you want here down the stretch with 27.6 left.
Murph, 1 of 4 from the line. So now the lead remains 2. Remember, Morrell knocked down that big 3 to tie it. So we go to overtime. 1 of 2. Lead is 3. 27 seconds to play. Padilla tried to hand it off. It will stay with the Rebels.
They're going to look at it. Courtney Green knew this right away. He made the call knowing that he's going to go to the monitor. Padula just dribbled off to the right. Good physical defense. Puts you in a tough situation in a dribble handoff.
Ball on the floor is blue ball. That play is under further review. As well.
Let's take another look.
I feel like they may have got it right, but I think it's all Padula.
Or did it hit Morrell's leg?
Let's see. Yeah, well, the crowd here is now seeing it.
Padula off his knee.
I think it's off Ole Miss. And again, the call on the floor was Ole Miss basketball, so there's got to be enough to overturn it.
Yep.
I feel like there is, but my job is not on the line, and I'm not wearing stripes. It's got to be enough for them to say, yep, going the other way. I think it is. I do. I just think it is. I don't see how you can see anyone else hit the ball.
Off his knee. And I don't see anybody else.
Doesn't go off for Kugel. I mean, my initial is it's going the other way, and this crowd erupts. 20 seconds left. And this is what's tough in these timeout situations. You're talking about it as if it's going to be your ball Ole Miss, but if it goes the other way, you've got to be prepared. You don't have any more timeouts.
Right.
So you've got to be talking about what you're doing on both ends. Or you just do what Ole Miss has done. They've extended their timeouts just a hot extra 10 seconds and then talk about the reality.
The out of bounds call on the floor has been reversed.
Yes.
It is white ball on the baseline. 20.9 on the game ball.
So now Ole Miss is going to take their time rethinking their strategies because now they're on defense. And again, if I'm fouling anybody, it's Keyshawn Murphy. Question is, if you're Mississippi State, can you get the right guys the ball?
Matthews will inbound. Melendez had it, lost it. Padula with it. He'll pull for the tie. No. Rebound, Kugel.
Kugel's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He hit the huge 3 to give him the lead. You've got to think his rhythm is there. Another turnover in that situation. Melendez did a good job just staying with it, contesting a tough shot. Padula didn't get a good look. Plenty of time left, too.
Plenty of time.
You got guys open. I know, look, I get it. I feel like you can make that play, make that shot.
Well, that's one of the things Chris Beard was telling us. He said, I love his competitiveness. But he said the one thing is sometimes tries to do too much.
Yep. I mean, the thing is, it's easier to reel in that guy than it is to ramp up the one that barely has a pulse.
Right.
So you live with it. And Kugel has a chance here to put him up 5 and in a way feel like you've sealed this. Don't foul.
He's got 21.
I mean, he was a guy coming into this game that we were saying, is he good to go?
Yep. Hadn't played in their last game because of the finger, because each of his first 3 seasons here in Starkville.
This team's special, though. This team can win in a variety of ways. They were able to dominate some people with Tony Smith. Now this Miss is a little bit more versatile team. It can match up with a lot of different teams out there. Now you want to be careful fouling. Let the clock tick if you're Mississippi State.
Here's Brakefield with 6. And foul.
Review for the wrap-up. I don't really get that foul.
Previous common foul is under review.
Because this is what you want to avoid. You want to avoid putting it in the officials to watch something in slow-mo. I mean, is that a play on the ball? I don't know. I don't really get that foul. And neither does Chris Jans. If he takes the layup, you're up 3 with 2 seconds to play.
You're right.
I don't understand why you stop the clock in this situation and then give the officials a chance to say he's not making a play on the ball.
You're right.
Because if they did say that, the crowd's going to go crazy and be mad at the officials. But the reality is,
you can give the opportunity to not only knock down some free throws, but get the
5-point play. You just gave him an opportunity for a 5-point play if this is what they choose to say, because that is not a play on the ball. That's what they're going to say.
The previous call on the floor has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul. For Blue to shoot 2 free throws, the ball will be awarded to Blue on the baseline.
I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Man, I tell you what, if this comes back to haunt Mississippi State.
I mean, again, you put it in their hands, and they're right to make that call.
With no attempt to play the ball, there's nothing we can do. Fix the rule by rule unnecessary.
And you heard KB Burdett explain exactly what you just said. There was no play on the ball at all.
No play on the ball, but I will say nobody being on the free throw line makes these feel even tougher for Brakefield.
1 of 2 tonight. He's been their biggest star. Big free throw.
I mean, it just things as a coach, you sit there and go like, what are we doing?
Knocks them both down. Now, the Rebels will get the basketball as well.
Now we start talking about, do we foul?
With the opportunity to tie this game up.
You know, it comes down to whatever you practice, right? If it's what you practice, so be it. Now, you still have the big lineup on the floor. But these are the guys you've been playing with if you're Mississippi State, so you got to roll with them. I like Murphy on the ball.
Morrell hit a big 3 to send it in overtime. Here's Morrell again. Oh, knocked away by Cam Matthews.
I mean, you really got to cover the corners and trust that Keyshawn Murphy's going to make the pass over the top the toughest possible. And right now, they're going to look at the clock. I think they're going to have to look at the clock. And this is a free timeout for Ole Miss. This is the game that won't end. He's had no timeouts. Yet Chris Beard has had a lot of time to talk about things with no timeouts. Good for them.
Yep.
Tough for Mississippi State, who he's given Ole Miss their rival opportunities to stay in this one. But Cam Matthews almost got lost.
Yes, he did.
See man, see ball. Simple principles are most important here down the stretch. So they're probably going to maybe
give him about a half second
0.5 or so on there. Get my stopwatch out. You got to cover right now. Where the ball's going to be is a tough spot to inbound the ball. I think the skip pass over the top, if we're playing from the far corner here, which is where the ball will be, that's a tough spot to inbound the ball. But there is time. Here's the thing you got to remember. There's time for a couple passes to be made. It's not just throw the ball in and shoot.
Right.
If the ball gets thrown deep, it's going to be dribble shoot. if the ball gets thrown in near where you're inbounding the basketball, it's going to have time to make a catch and pass. And at that, you got to watch the inbounders.
Oh, now you got 4 seconds. So you got enough time, not only if you can, like Juju Murray there.
Yes.
You got a time, catch, ball fake, one dribble, pull up.
You've got time, or you've got Keyshawn Murphy on the ball. He's got to have the presence of mind to know that his man passing the ball in, Sean Padula, is a threat with 4 seconds to go.
Yep.
So you've got to be able to talk about these things in a timeout. Say, Keyshawn Murphy, do not leave the inbounder. The inbounder might be the most dangerous person in this situation. If you bring some curls around the right, Sean Padula may be the most dangerous guy on the floor.
4 seconds to play.
Good for Murphy.
Down 3. Padula, breakfield. The 3 is short. And that's the game. Bulldogs pull it out in overtime.
Wow. Well, we got our money's worth.
It did not come easy. But Mississippi State ends their 2-game losing streak and gets a victory. Thanks to 21 by Kugel. That 3 by Breakfield is short. And Mississippi State wins this one 84-81. And Coach